Okay, so greetings from Israel. We are ninth graders from the Hagimnasiya Harealit from Rishon LeZion. It is really a very good school. I really enjoy it here. And today, me and my team are going to introduce you to a project we made during a hackathon we had with Galit.
Wait a minute. Before you go on, I want to see the faces of everybody on the team and who they are. This is very important. I want your mothers to be proud of you. So unshare.
Let's share. Wait, we are now going to be all together. Okay.
So who are you?
So we are, wait a second, let's make it so we see all of us. So now we are ninth graders from the Hagimnasiya Harealit, which is a very big school in Rishon LeZion. We are from a special class in our city for gifted kids. We really enjoy it here. We're having a very good time. And lately we had a hackathon, which we did with Galit. And together we built a project which won the third place out of 34, I think. And we are here to present it for you today.
No. Your mother does not care about the school. The mother cares about seeing her child on the screen. So I want each one of you to say your name and who you are.
Okay, so I am Shuni. This is...
I'm Itay.
I am Omer.
Neta. I'm Barak.
And I'm Arbel.
Together, we made a really good team. And can we start now?
Yes, start now.
Gia is waiting.
Okay. So we are here to talk about a major problem that many students are facing today. According to surveys we made in our school, about 60% of students are actually facing this problem, which seems like a very big deal to us, but we are here to fix it. So hi, we are here to introduce you to the project we made, Lesson. So, continue. Lesson is an application. Lesson is a lesson summarizing app, which is basically an app that records the teacher, then converts what she says to text, like a speech-to-text technology, which we already have, and then takes that text and makes it a lot smaller, summarizes it. So it won't be a few pages long, but it will be a few sentences long, much simpler and easy for the kids to catch up with the material. Today, kids don't really know where to start, where they're skipping school or going to more advanced programs like most of us. And this is a very major problem around the students here in our class. So this is where the idea comes from. This is an actual problem that most of us need to face. So first things first, we made an alpha version demo to the app with the help of our programming friend Itay. So on the left screen, you basically see the home screen. Then you see on a little bit to the right, the screen where you record the teacher. Then the text that is converted from speech to text, and then the summarization. Basically, a few pages quickly turned to a few sentences. It was very fascinating for the first time we made this, and we are planning on making more advanced versions. For example, different languages, different types of lessons, some more dedicated. Okay, continue. Our target audience are basically schools all around the world, especially here in Israel. For example, if we take an app like Zoom, which we are using now, during lockdown, our Ministry of Education here in Israel actually bought a part of Zoom so that they make it for all of the students in Israel for free. And we are planning for the exact same thing. Our project can reach so many schools around the country and even all around the world. This could be such a big project that could help students, teachers, and actually parents too. We found out that this can be helpful for them too. But why stop there? We can definitely go beyond the school zones and reach to the adult world. We believe that for example, different high-tech companies could use this kind of app for their needs. We believe that other companies and other organizations need some kind of a net to summarize their meetings. This could be very important for some of us. We cannot just go to schools when we can go beyond and help the whole world with summarization of the whole working day. So, in conclusion, we just wanted to send one final message to you all. We know that our project can go beyond what it is today, and we definitely think that even you and I will be able to use Lesson one day at a more proper version. So thank you very much. This is our logo. Less is more.
Any questions? Well, I have a question. What
Yes.
do you haven't actually made this yet. What do you think the biggest problem you will have when you start to actually put this together?
Actually, I think the biggest problem is the summarizer, the GPT. It's actually today we don't have it in the Hebrew language. We have it only in English, and it's again not the best quality. But technology, to make the technology, you sometimes need to wait for another thing to be invented, and then you can use it. Perfect example is, for the example, when the hologram was invented, they couldn't find a big enough light to make it. So they waited for someone to invent the laser lights, and only then they could make holograms. We just need to wait a bit. Technology is a bit of slow business, but we definitely believe that this is something that will be on the future.
Can we also hear from some of the other people in the team, even if they're not speaking in English? Their mothers speak Hebrew. They can speak in Hebrew and make their mother proud.
Of course. So we, for example, have Itay here. Do you want to talk about the app itself?
Okay, so the app, we actually built it. We built it and it's working. It's really cool. It's working now only in English, but in the future, we hope it will also work in other languages like Hebrew. That's all.
Yes, we basically need to target, first of all, for the most popular languages in the world. If you take, like, for example, English or French or Indian or even Chinese Mandarin, this could be Spanish. It's going to be very important too.
Good.
I'd like to ask something, please.
Yes.
It sounds a very exciting idea, but if we take a subject and you're going to be summarizing it into a short paragraph, shall we say, which would assist the student, how are you going to check that the information you take from the main section is going to cover all that that section covers in a small paragraph?
Simple. First of all, at the end, where we start, before we, the summarization is given finally to the teacher. The teacher can read, can go through it, through the smaller version, not the large version, and she can check if there's anything special missing, and then she can report this. So we get some kind of a feedback, and then we could make our app fix those little problems. We believe that the first versions should have like an option of feedback, so that it would help us. And if those little problems actually occur, we believe that the teacher could actually go through the summarization. And if there's something specific missing, we will add an option to add in additional text.
Okay, so the teacher is going to have extra work to do.
Opposite. Our app is basically making the teacher work a lot less.
But that's counterintuitive. If we take an event in history, any event, doesn't matter. Each person or each party might have a different point of view on that event. Let's just take the Battle of Waterloo. My history is very vague, but Napoleon would have thought about Waterloo in a very different manner from the French king. Now, whose summary is going to be in place. I'm not articulating my thought clearly enough, but I see that there's a big problem in the transference of the main body of work to the summarized version.
If there will be main differences, as you say, between the different variations, so this will separate the two texts. It will mean it will put the whole text because it cannot really summarize it.
Sorry, I beg your pardon, I didn't hear you. Could you say that again, please?
What I said was if there will be major differences between different versions, as I believe you said, so it will put the whole text with really small shortcuts. For example, cutting off the less important details. If we want like the most important things on our text, like we can even ask the teacher what do they want. If they want more of the times, more of the different events that occurred on the way.
The app will mainly summarize the facts, not the opinions. And the opinions will be like different versions that occurred during the lesson that was recorded.
Okay. Thank you for that explanation. But if we then carry on and ask you about, let's just take medical studies. How do you summarize medical studies so that the doctor who's going to come out at the end is well qualified, having used summaries? The idea is intriguing. Please don't get me wrong. For me, it's a very intriguing idea. I just can't see the execution. So forgive me if I'm asking questions out of order.
Basically, for that, the summary don't mean to teach you what was in the lesson. It means to help you understand what was in the lesson and basically complete it with yourself. It's not meant to be a replacement to the lesson.
Okay, so you are assuming that I've read the full text, and now when I'm restudying or I'm revising for exams maybe, or for whatever, I then have got the summarized text to remind me.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That makes a lot more sense. Thank you very much.
If you skip a school for one day because you were sick or something like this, it will give you a summarization of the lesson. You will know what was taught, and you can ask your friends more about the subjects that you learned.
It's like the minutes of a business meeting. So the business meeting carries on, and you've got the minutes to remind you of what was covered. And you had an agenda, which is like the program or the study material. Okay, thank you. Makes sense now.
That was very good. That was very good. We are looking forward to actually seeing this in the real world.